So, Scanlan, Percy, Vax, you get to the door. What do you want to do? Vax, you have expertise in Thieves' Tools. So, you're going to get a plus 12 total together with all the bonuses. Go ahead and give it a shot.
Almost. Damn. I've almost got shit. Oh, wait, I've got enough. Oh, shit, fuck. Are you kidding me? Fucking doors.
What's that, Scanlan? You want to assist him? Okay, go ahead and do that.
Oh, my fingers. It's not a door. It's a thing of evil.
Percy, is there anything you want to try?
I'm going to find a window.
Hello, everybody. Don Franco 3 here. Welcome to RPG Boons, where we talk about everything RPG and how everything is RP. Today, I want to talk to you about what we just witnessed. When you're in a certain situation in Dungeons and Dragons, sometimes you rely on the character that has the highest skill or expertise for getting the task done. But what happens is, we all know this. Dice can fail us. And so today I want to talk about how can we make those skill checks really matter for your players when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons or any RPG system where you can essentially modify the way those difficulty classes work or target numbers. You know, when your players are out adventuring, sometimes you want to make some type of skill check, right? And one of the things you do is who's proficient in this skill. And so you go around asking people at the table, I'm proficient, I'm not proficient. And because the way the scale is set up in Dungeons and Dragons, the differences between someone who is proficient and someone who is not that big unless you start reaching those really high levels. And even then, if you're a 20 level character, you can essentially be beat sometimes by a fourth, fifth level character. The proficiency bonuses for all the classes are from +2 to +6. Someone who's not proficient can beat the character that is proficient. And that just seems like nonsense to me. Now, one of my heroes or dungeon master heroes is Matt Colville. A lot of you guys probably have heard of him. One method he does to really balance out proficiencies or make them count is basically if you're not proficient in it, you're not allowed to do the skill check. Now, I think this is a little extreme. I like it, but I think it's a little extreme. But something as simple as like an athletics check, you should allow every player to do. When you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and you have a party and they're out adventuring, or maybe they're in the middle of a combat scene or there's some type of chase scene, let's go with the chase scene. You have multiple players and they're all running towards this wall that needs to be jumped over, right? And you're gonna require everybody to either make an athletic check or an acrobatics check. And how do you set that DC is the question, right? That's probably one of the most trickiest things to do as a dungeon master. So I tend to start those DCs at DC 15. And it gives you some flexibility to decrease or increase that number when necessary. Let's say you have a rogue, a fighter, and a wizard. What can happen is that wizard can outcompete the other two players even though they were made to jump over that wall. I think about that DC 15 as hard for players who are not proficient. Now, if you're proficient, I usually drop that DC either to a 10 or a 5. And what that does is it makes it a lot easier for those proficient players to do those tasks that they were essentially made for. Really helps players who have proficiencies in those certain skills feel really good about those roles. But for somebody who's not skilled in that, they're going to struggle a little more to get over that wall. I recommend using this for your games. It's going to make your players really feel like they are the class and the role that they came here to play. And I think this type of skill check could be used for any of the skills that are listed on that character sheet. Basically, anytime you're not proficient, you apply that 15. Depending on the situation, again, the DM always has to try to make the call. You reduce that DC to 10 or you reduce it to a 5. And then you just simply play it that way. Okay, everybody, I hope that was useful for you. That's all I have for today. How to make better skill checks in your D&D game. This is Don Franco 3 with RPG Boons, where we talk about everything RPG and how everything is RP. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you next time.